Hey guys, how you doing? Tony Purcell here, and today I'm going to teach you a principle that could quickly and easily change your life just like that. And I'm going to actually teach you it through a story. Now, there's a story of a man who every single day he'd show up to work and lunchtime would come, he'd open up his lunch, and he would just get absolutely irate at the lunch that he had. Every single day it was the exact same thing, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And every single day he would just get so frustrated and angry and yell, "Gosh, not another peanut butter and jelly sandwich again?" And so finally, one of his coworkers came up to him and they said, "Man, what's the deal? Why are you so angry? Why don't you just tell your wife to make you a different sandwich?" And the guy looks back at him kind of confused and he says, "I don't have a wife. I make my own lunch." Now, obviously this may seem like the guy is kind of insane, but the fact of the matter is that all of us are doing this. We are creating our own lunches, so to speak, and then are so upset when we get them. Now, I'm not just talking about the external world, because I talk about that a lot, how you're a creator. But I'm not just talking about what's going on outside of you. What I'm talking about is what's going on inside of you. You are creating your own emotions. And your own emotions are driving you nuts. And they're making you so angry. And you have this big, long story about all of them as to why someone else is to blame for the things that are going on inside of you, for the anger, for the sorrow, for whatever it is. You have someone or something else outside of you in your life to blame for the fact that you're feeling the way you do, and the way you feel is making you miserable. And the fact of the matter is that you are creating your own emotions. You create the way that you feel inside. To illustrate this, I have a quote by Mark Twain. I have it right here. It's from a book I was reading. It says, "I'm an old man and have known a great many troubles, but many of them have never happened." And he's illustrating that concept that, all the troubles, all the sorrows that I thought I had in my life really actually didn't happen. Ancient scriptures teach things like inner peace. That peace only comes from within. Jesus Christ said the kingdom of God is within. All over the place, consistently, in all spiritual traditions, we're taught that true peace and happiness comes from inside. Which means the only thing that can disrupt that is ourselves. And so we're like that man who every single day we're making the same sandwich and we're having the same disagreements and the same arguments with friends and family. We're feeling the same sorrow. We're feeling the same frustration. We're feeling the same anxiety. We're feeling the same stress. Every single day we're making our own lunch. And every single day when we open our lunch and see what's there, we just get angry about it and get irate. And the fact is we're making our own lunch. We're making our own problems and our own troubles. Now, so here's the question. So that's the principle, but here's the real question is, so how do you find that inner peace? How do you overcome that sorrow? And step number one is just what I taught you in this video, is to recognize the fact that there's nobody else to blame. You're creating your own emotions. You are in charge and in control of what's going on inside of you. And other people around you, all they're doing is just pushing your buttons and bringing things up. But what's really coming up is things that are deep inside of you. So instead of looking and pointing the finger, this is step one. Instead of pointing the finger at everyone else for why you're feeling the way you are, acknowledge the fact that you're creating your own lunch, that you're creating your own emotions. So stop blaming people and start looking inside and saying, why am I feeling this way? Why am I experiencing this? Step number two, I'm actually going to share in a different video, and I'm going to put that up tomorrow. If you're watching this later, then I'll have the link below this in the next video. But it talks about how to surrender and accept what is. But for now, what I want you to do is just acknowledge and admit. And the next time you feel angry or upset, I want you to look inside and say, what's going on inside of me? And stop, immediately stop and stop saying it's someone else's fault. Turn inward and say, what's going on inside of me? And immediately you're going to start seeing more peace. And then watch the second part of this video either tomorrow or immediately if you're watching this later The link will be below this video, and watch the second part of this video and do that next thing, and just find more inner peace, because you create your own life, and it all starts inside your heart, inside your mind. So anyways, look forward to talking with you then. Take care.